John, I'm gonna look if she's not under contract with the UFC, I'm gonna call it here first. Because she was with the WWE, because she probably has some sort of relationship with Logan and Jake Paul, I would say that she would probably fight on one of Jake Paul's cards. There's a lot of buzz right now going around about Ronda Rousey making her return, and she has been public about the fact she has no desire to fight on the White House card.
No desire.
No desire. So the White House card
None.
is off. Like she's like, look, if she's
So
been getting
you
some training
say.
in. She's been getting some training in. She's been working out. And we saw her a couple months back training with Kat Zingano. You said that she's training with
AJ Matthews.
AJ Matthews. She's getting some work in. You see her hitting mitts here randomly with random people. She's getting some work in. She's feeling the love again. And a lot of people, they leave the sport for a little bit, 3-4 years, and they get a little buzz. They want to get that itch, want to scratch that itch. John, I've talked about it a couple of times, wanting to fight, bare knuckle. Just that desire to let me just get that one little let me scratch that last little itch. She looks like she's feeling motivated to do it. She's got a little extra money in the bank. She's doing the WWE thing, and she did that. She's had babies now. She's done what she's wanted to do. She owns a farm. She's married. She's living a life. Got 2 kids.
2 farms, 2 kids, 2 farms.
2 farms, 2 kids. I mean,
there you go.
She's living her life. So she's, look, I've done these things. I'm feeling the itch. Let me scratch it. And let me move on with my life. I'm all for this. Are you all for this? Because I'm all for this.
Oh, I'm all absolutely. If that's what she wants to do, and she's feeling the desire to get back in the cage, even if it's just one more time, do it. She's not old. It's the whole part you look at when she's now 37, maybe 38.
Yeah.
And you look, and we always talk about it seems that women age better than men in the sport and continue to get better for a longer period of time. So yeah, she hasn't been fighting. If people are expecting her to be the exact same person, when she comes back, maybe not. Who knows? But would I watch? Absolutely. Ronda was fun to watch. She was, at the time when she was, the champion. Look at the run she had. People can sit there and try to talk all the talk they want about, oh, well, she got beat against Holly and then came back and she got whooped against Amanda. Okay. She lost. You're right. Okay. Everyone does.
Yeah.
It's just, and so she had a remarkable run, but the amount of pressure that was on her is hard for people to understand. What she was representing to the working man there, as far as the female side of the sport, the pressure of being the champion, the pressure of, oh, she's got all these armbar wins. Is she going to get another win in the first round? All these things that they add up, and they add up here in the person's mind. It doesn't, they don't even have to be true, but it's part of what you think. And so, all of that got to her after a while. I would love to see her come back. I have been, talking to certain people, and I have been told that she will be coming back. I have been told who her opponent will be. I can't say, but I know that's not going to happen in 2025. It will happen sometime in 2026. She has said she doesn't want to be on the White House card. Great.
Yeah.
She doesn't have to be, but she's also, from what I'm understanding, I'm not too sure that she's still under contract with UFC. So if she does fight somebody, it could be one of those almost Conor McGregor like wannabes as far as wishes promoting their own fight. It's very possible. I'm not saying that she will not end up fighting for the UFC, with this fight, but it's very possible it could be outside of the UFC. So we're going to find out.
Interesting. Yeah, I haven't heard any buzz so much about who she'd be fighting. Now, obviously, we can name off a bunch of names of people that she has fought before in the past, and we've seen the Miesha Tate fight so many times. I think that thing's ran its course.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Miesha being a little bit has been active, but even still not that active. You could possibly say, hey, I can run the Holly Holm thing back, but Holly Holm has also been released.
Holly's boxing now.
She's boxing. Yeah. She's kind of moved on, I think, with her life in the MMA world. She's like, look, I've done my thing. Amanda Nunes, and I could see maybe a Kayla Harrison thing only based on the fact that they're both judokas. You could see a good judoka match, and it could be, boxing / but one's been extremely active in the last and the other one
has not.
And having babies and running farms and being, being mama bear.
That's
so
right.
All of that stuff, I'm not really I'm not ready to throw her into a championship fight either. Her first fight back, which
God, no.
is not fair. You would never do that to
I
her.
would think that would be a horrible decision to make.
Absolutely. Absolutely, John. Look, I'm just spitballing. That's what
Yeah.
we're doing here. We're gonna have some fun with this. John, if you were to say, like, who would you want her to come back fighting?
Oh, I mean, it's so hard to say as far as when you're taking a look at, some of the, people that are out there right now, but they've been active, and I don't want to
Mhm.
put her against somebody that's active. That wouldn't make
Yeah.
sense. And so you look and you go, well, I mean, yeah, you could sit there and say, well, just put her against one of the people that's, in the UFC, and that way you'll have, her being able to fight. But that's not all of those people. I just look at it that would be a bad idea.
Mhm.
That would not be good. So, I would look towards someone that is a retired fighter, someone that is, you know, possibly having that same itch. I'm not going to sit here and name people I don't know, but
Mhm.
I would say bring her back against somebody that has the same time or close to the same time away from the sport, and
Yeah.
let them get back into it, and as she is, and they can build together to, try to put on a great performance against each other.
Hmm. Yeah, there's options out there. I mean, look,
Sure.
I think you take a look at Holly Holm, you think to yourself, she probably might want to run that back. If I were her,
I
I'm like,
I don't think Holly would fucking say no
yeah, and I
at
don't think
all.
Holly would say no at all, and that's a fight that I could potentially see. There's a couple people out there that I'm trying to think. Like, you think that far back, right? Like, I'm thinking old school, like Julie Kedzie. Like, I'm thinking like
Julie
you know
hasn't
what
fought
I'm
for a long
saying.
time.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying, though. Like, you got to think
yeah.
back that far. That
Well,
kind Marloes Conan.
yeah,
And I know Marloes, she's had kids now, and but
yeah.
that's another fight to possibly happen. I mean, look, I could even go as far back as, like a Gina Carano or
Well, they almost put the Gina Carano fight together long ago.
yeah, true.
So it's but
I
it
mean,
would be
there's fights to be had. I mean, like I'm just thinking in terms of like I agree. You'd have to bring in someone older not so much old, but I'm
no,
thinking
not old,
someone
but
that has
some of the
been removed,
yeah.
somebody who is, has fought at a high level, but look, maybe wanting to scratch the itch again, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Give me some other names. In the old school female market, who was it?
Oh my god.
Marloes to me has always been one of my
Yeah,
all-time,
Marloes is absolutely one of the top dogs in that.
you know.
I think you've named off, Julie Kedzie would be one that I would look at. There was also who is the Roxanne Modafferi,
Oh yeah.
but
Yeah.
she's, a little bit she's now I want to say 2 years away.
Yeah.
But see that's okay.
That's reasonable.
Yeah, it's
And it's not
reasonable.
like she's gonna outstrike her.
No.
So it's gonna end up being a grappling match.
Yeah, but it's a good
Have some
grappling
fun with
match.
it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, there's fights to be had there. Like, look, I think just having her back, period, just to scratch the itch.
Oh yeah.
Now, you talked about her maybe not going back to the UFC if her contract's still there or not there. Obviously that
I
has
mean,
all
she
to do with
could,
it. She
look
could.
at she's always had a fantastic relationship with Dana. So I'm sure that she would look at it and if it was comparable, she'd go with the UFC. But if she could make a bag doing the fight on her own, going to like Netflix is looking for big fights.
Yeah.
She was a big star. So, I mean, if she is not still under contract with them, and that would only be based upon the whole WWE thing, but it could be TKO still has her under contract with that. So I don't know.
John, I'm gonna look if she's not under contract with the UFC, I'm gonna call it here first. Because she was with the WWE, because she probably has some sort of relationship with Logan and Jake Paul, I would say that she would probably fight on one of Jake Paul's cards.
MVP
Or Jake
Promotions.
Paul would promote her against whoever. If they look, I can honestly believe that Ronda could probably pull in and do her own promotion if she wanted to do it.
Could.
She could probably call, especially if she was matched up against someone like a Holly Holm. She could match up and probably be like, "Hey, I've got Holly Holm, or I've got Gina Carano, or I've got Marloes Conan. I've got a top level female who's been removed." And then we stack the card with other fighters.
Sure.
We could probably sell this to Netflix or Amazon Prime. We could find a way to sell it to them, and we pitch it with, another top boxing match or another MMA event. I bet you could do it. And that actually gives the UFC and Turkey Al Sheik and someone just to step in and be like, hey, you know what? I'll give you guys a certain amount of money, but you got to let me do the promotion on it. So either they can do it on their own and go through the hassle of having to deal with all that, or they can run to someone who's willing to just pay them a flat fee and go ahead and throw it up on there as well as a fight. Go ahead.
Options are good.
Shit, she has the options.
Oh yeah.
She's got the options, and good for her. She worked hard for everything that she ever had. So good for her. I'm happy for her. I think, look, I spent a lot of time fighting on cards with her and then being present, obviously, in a lot of her fight cards that were in San Jose and then in events for Strikeforce. She was always extremely sweet person. Also, not on top of that, but or on top of that, you could tell she was just a hard worker. She knew that she wanted to be the best. She knew that she was that person that was driven. I mean, towards the end, obviously, it all happens. I think it happens to everyone you fight long enough. So now, I mean, I said this about Miesha Tate. I said this about a lot of females. Like they go off, they have kids, they come back, they get reinvigorated, and they get better with age.
Yeah.
That's the way I've always felt about women. That 32, that 35 to 36, 37, 38, that's more or less like I feel like their prime. And they if as long as that mentality of them wanting to be the best, they can do it.
Yeah,
they can do it. So whereas men, they get tired, I feel, at that age. That 30, that 35, 36.
Worn down, man. Worn down.
They're fucking tired of being abused their whole damn life, right? We beat ourselves up our whole lives. And we get to 30, 35, 36, 37, 38, and we're just exhausted. Yeah. Whereas, women, I feel like they have that drive, man. They got that push. They've done what they wanted to do, and they get better at that age. So I'm excited for her. I love that we kicked around some opponents for her. I think that'd be huge, man, to have her back. It'd be great. Oh, yeah. Whether she does in the UFC or not.
Even if it's just one time.
Oh, I'm down to watch.
It's all good.
Like I said, scratching the itch, and I'm down to watch. Yep. Excited for it. Exactly. She says here, though, John, says, finding my love for MMA again. The last 6 months have been an absolute blast. Sorry, if you can make that a little bit bigger.
Feels like I have so much left to grow, and without the weight of the world on my shoulders, nothing is holding me back.
John, she brought out another comment that I saw that she basically said that she was doing a little bit more press, a little bit more media than Conor McGregor was. But obviously they were at the same times, but she was a little bit ahead of Conor. She was already kind of peaked when Conor was making his run. Then Conor, obviously, with the Jose Aldo fight, was a star, became a star in that fight, and then went on with the Eddie Alvarez and then blew up into the Mayweather thing. She was kind of right there at that point, kind of on the way out a little bit, I believe, during that time. But she was doing all these things, and she was the one that was kind of running that show at the time.
She was the highest paid fighter in the UFC for a while.
Yeah. She had numbers. She had better numbers than,
that's
most.
The whole thing.
So good on her, man. Good on her. So it'll be exciting to see her back. Obviously, without the pressure of, there'll still be pressure. I think she's going to forget about it. She's going to think that there's not, but she gets in there, especially if she does a Netflix thing or she does.
If she does it, as it gets closer, there will be pressure.